What it do, my loves? This your girl, 5 Star Key. And this is 5 Star Readings LLC, okay? But first, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And always remember a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. Okay, so all right. So today I walk in realms that my enemies cannot access. I enjoy victories that my enemies cannot reverse. Okay. So I do want to say this because like I said, I was feeling something pull on me the other day, and I was like, let me see if I can, understand, like, why are people doing, what I'm saying, like, why are people trying to pull on my sacral chakra? Why are people trying to ruin my finances? Why are people trying to ruin things for me in my life? You get what I'm saying? So when I just was like, let me pull the surrounding energy to see why people are doing that to me. So the reason why people are doing that is because when you are somebody that displays, strength, wisdom, courage, and you're somebody that just displays your strength. That's what bothers them, because it's kind of like when people throw it's kind of like when people throw an obstacle at you, they expect for you to either bow down or slow down. You get what I'm saying? Like, that be the thing. That's what they want. It's either one or two things that these people want when they try to place obstacles in your life. They want you to bow down and they want you to slow down. And the reason why is because they see your strength. They see your courage. They see how you can, accumulate what you want. Or it's kind of like a magnet. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like you could be like a magnet and you just attract things to you. And if you are in that type of energy, or if you are that type of person, or if you can't even relate to why people would want to slow you down, or why people just want to constantly cause chaos and they want you to fight for something that's rightfully yours, because that be the thing that people fail to realize. It's like, what are we fighting for? We're absolutely fighting for no reason. Therefore, that's why it ain't gonna be no fight. That's why it ain't gonna be no altercation. Because people want to fight and argue with you and bother you and ruin your life for however they view their life. You get what I'm saying? Like, if somebody views your life as if, oh, you always get what you want and things always come to you naturally and things like that. You got some people that will study you and they'll see that thing, what I'm saying? They will see that and they'll be like, that's not fair and woo 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 woo. But my main thing is, when you focus on your own life and you try to recognize your own power, and when you recognize your own strength, and when you recognize your own energy, and then take action on what you can take action to on your own life. Because yes, everybody has their own individual life, and yes, in your life you do what you want to do, and yes, in your life you are the prize. You get what I'm saying? Now in my life, you're not a prize in my life because you have no relevance in my life. Now, when it comes down to doing what you want to do in my life, you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, when it comes down to any individual person that lives this earth, any individual person live their life how they want to live their life. So they pretty much live their life how they want to live it. So they do what they want to do. You get what I'm saying? And then when it comes down being the prize in your life, like, that's just say if you invite somebody into your life, and if that person doesn't treat you like a prize, then guess what? If he's not treating you like a prize, then he's treating you like what? A puppet? Somebody who doesn't deserve any attention, loyalty, love, respect. You get what I'm saying? Or protection or safety. Because that's how some of these men think. And that's how some men treat women that are strong-minded. Okay, strong-minded, strong-willed, when it comes down to self-love, like, man, when I tell you the strength card, in tarot is a very great card. It is a bright card. And it's like people see your strength. It's like you can tame the beast within yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody got to sit around here and put you in prison and say, oh, this is a bad guy or this is a bad girl because that person can't even tame their own beast within them. You get what I'm saying? And everybody has a beast within them, but it's up to, like, can you tame your own beast versus, people got to set you up with the police or set you up with sex situations and set you up with all these fake court dates and court shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, can you tame your own beast? Which is, can you resist temptation? Can you resist the people that coming into your life that are trying to tell you that you're not powerful? Can you resist those type of conversations? Can you resist people that don't mean you any good? Can you tell when people don't mean you any good? Can you tell when people coming into your life trying to manipulate you? You get what I'm saying? Like, when it comes down to that strength card is so important. That's why, like, what I'm seeing here, the strength card and the Knight of Pentacles. So it's kind of like these group of people, it's like when it comes down to my strength, power, energy, courage, and my, how can I say it, my strong suit or whatever. It's like those people tried to slow it down. And the reason why was because, they felt like maybe they couldn't get over. Like, you know how when you standing in your power and when you doing your own thing, it's kind of like people see that and they notice that, and then they be trying to get you to, they be trying to, like, either befriend you or, say that they're supposed to be this in your life, or they supposed to be that in your life, but in reality they're in your life to slow you down because they're working with a group, or it's either like a hate group, or it's some type of group of people that pretty much have the same beliefs. You get what I'm saying? The group of people, they have the same beliefs. And like I said, if you display power, if you display courage, and if you display resilience and things, you got people on the receiving end that don't display those type of things. You get what I'm saying? They don't display resilience and they don't display courage and power. So with that being said, it's just kind of like, it's just kind of like they look at you for your power, your courage, and your resilience and your energy, and they try to slow you down so they can try to get somebody to mimic you, or they just want to get somebody to try to rage war on you because that Chariot card is kind of giving me like, how vengeance is mine, said the Lord. It's also like the strength, Nine of Pentacles and Chariot. It's kind of like somebody wanted to slow your power down because just say if you, like I said, a strong person, you're a strong person, you're, like I said, happy overall. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got people that really think people that are smiling or people that are happy or people that really be by themselves majority of the time. People on the outside looking in, you got people that look at people like that as weak people. But in reality, that person can be stronger than the whole group. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, it is kind of like somebody was trying to like slow you down, slow your power down so they can have a weak person try to overpower you, because literally they know that whoever somebody is not going to be able to defeat you in any type of way. Like, they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to need a whole bunch of people to try to defeat you in any type of way. They're going to need a bunch of people. They're not like one person ain't just going to defeat you. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're going to need people to do that. So it's just like, when you recognize what they're doing and their intentions, you recognize that they're trying to betray you in some type of way. Like, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is like the bad side of wealth. It is like the dark side of wealth. People getting their money in wicked ways, like sex and that, oh, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing type of energy. But like I said, Ace of Pentacles in reverse is still just as good as the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, but in the reverse, it's like it's just the bad side of wealth, and it's still great riches, but it's just the bad side of wealth. Like, maybe people had to kill somebody for it. Maybe they had to do some bank fraud. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they had to, maybe they had to kill somebody and replace their life and live as them or something. You get what I'm saying? Maybe somebody, it's just. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse is just, like I said, just the dark side of wealth, how people get their money, like sex workers, prostitutes, that's why what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You get what I'm saying? But Anyway, but anyway, so yeah, it's like somebody also wanted to bring chaos. Okay, that's another reason how some of these people get paid. It's like they travel to go murder people in different states and things, and then they go back to their hometown like nothing ever happened. Like, oh, I just went on vacation. Like, oh, such and such just went on vacation or whatever, but when it caught a whole body and came back home. You get what I'm saying? But anywho, but yeah, like I said, you got people that wanted, just say if you are somebody who's upright, you get what I'm saying? Like if you was worried about your reputation and how you view yourself, not how other people view you. You get what I'm saying? Because you got weird people that watch all day long and they try to contradict everything I say. Oh, I'm big on this. And they want to say, well, since you're so big on that, they're just so weird with it. Like, I don't understand how weird people are. Like, it's like people over the internet, if they like your energy because they mimic me all day long. You get what I'm saying? So it's not the fact of, I feel like a person is like, I know a person be flattered with me. You get what I'm saying? But as far as just like copying me, mimicking me, and then acting like I'm an issue in your life, that be the problem that I don't like about people. But anyway, like I said, the dark side of wealth is, you know, people doing OnlyFans, people having sexcapades and sexual situations, and then they're trying to blame it on you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got this older lady and her crew. They having all this OnlyFans sex and they doing all this OnlyFans shit, but they always gotta cloak their energy because they like doing what they do, but it's just like they don't want nobody to know it is that older lady, or it's that those group of people. They trying to put the blame off on somebody else. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like in the public eye, they want you to feel like, oh, I'm a pastor, so you can't disrespect me in public because I'm a pastor. But behind closed doors, they get their wealth in wicked ways. But anyway, like I said though, so whoever these people are that have been pulling on my energy for the longest, like I said, it's definitely a fire sign involved. It is a Cancer involved. It's also a Virgo involved in a situation. A Scorpio's involved. And all these people, yes, I feel like they do some form of magic, trickery, or manipulation. I've seen Aquarius behind the scenes with a Taurus. But anyway, it's just like these people, I feel like they were skillful in a lot of chaos that they were causing. Somebody was dealing with a 13-year-old. But anyway, it's like somebody was skillful in causing chaos the way they were doing it and how sneaky they were causing chaos. But the thing was, now, if these people that were, causing chaos and manipulating things behind the scenes, it's kind of like they did not know how strong you are. They didn't know how potent your energy was. And then not only that, by them witches and warlocks playing in your energy, especially if you pay attention. If you pay attention, you'll know when a man or a woman, a tarot reader, a pastor, preacher, whoever, you'll know when they're playing in your energy. You'll know, because the thing is, while they playing in your energy, they could be showing you or telling you where your strong suits are and how strong you are in a certain area. You get what I'm saying? Because literally, you have to know this. If somebody got an energy harvest off you and try to manipulate your power and even trying to use your power against you, and see, that will never work. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me be real with you. That will never work. They can't use your own power against you because you know your power. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know your power, so they can't use your power against you, especially if you're paying attention. Like, nobody can really mimic your energy towards you without you being able to know. You get what I'm saying? Because if you go to a certain place early in the morning, right? Nobody knows where you go early in the morning unless they're stalking you and watching you. And then later on that day, if they mention it, like, hold on, like, this man mentioned something that I didn't tell anybody, so that's a red flag. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it like Because I post a lot of things on the internet, but certain things I do not post. You get what I'm saying? Certain things I do not post. So I know that, okay, well, if you mention this or you mention that, okay, so I know you are op. I know you've been watching me behind the scenes. I know you've been keeping close eyes on me, but then you displaying things to the public eye like we supposed to be enemies or something. You get what I'm saying? Like you saying in the public eye like we supposed to be enemies or something, and I don't even know that you even know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know you behind the scenes. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't know the person from behind the scenes at all. But that person is displaying towards the public eye as if we were enemies. You get what I'm saying? And they're displaying and saying things as if, as if I should bow down to them or as if I should surrender to them. You get what I'm saying? That's why they slowed things up for me for so long. You get what I'm saying? Because they were doing something with this fire sign. It was I'm seeing a Leo, but I'm seeing the Queen of Wands as well. They're doing something with that Aries, Leo, Sagittarius female or whatever. Yeah, somebody else, I don't know if somebody sold their soul or if somebody signed something or did something and they were a part of some type of group. It was like an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know if they signed their life or signed their energy over to an occult, but it probably was, I don't know. Yeah. It was something about a fight or altercation or something. Like I said, you got an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this Leo. Somebody wants to slow your power down just so they can overpower you. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, when it comes down to whatever competition, just say if a Leo is in competition with somebody, or a Leo and a Cancer, they're cool with each other and they be doing like wicked things behind the scenes or whatever. But yeah, it's something. Somebody could have a son or something. Yeah, somebody could have a son or something. Somebody Virgo. But anyway, it's just like these people have surface level competition. Like nobody is really in competition with themselves from last year. Them women, they ain't in competition with themselves because, their business failed and they want to figure out how it failed and things. You get what I'm saying? Or, it's just they scammed this year. They scammed last year. They trying to continue scamming. They trying to continue killing people to get inheritances. They're trying to continue to go around fighting people for money or going around and, doing wicked things for people, for money and things. You get what I'm saying? Just doing other people's dirty work for them. And it's just like, when it comes down to those group of people that keep doing the magic manipulation and the heavy witchcraft, you get what I'm saying? It's like I said, their competition is all surface level. If somebody doesn't like the way your body is, they be like, okay, well, we're going to do magic on that. And if somebody doesn't like, this person got a new job, well, we're going to do magic on that. But like I said, in those realms, their magic is like dead in those type of realms. Like that mediocre magic that those people do is not going to work. And the reason why it's not going to work is because they're doing mad magic. You get what I'm saying? Like they're doing magic in a mad way. They're doing magic to spite somebody. They're doing magic and manipulation to try to overcome and one up somebody. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes down to who you are, they'll never be able to defeat your intuition and what the path that God has bestowed upon you. You get what I'm saying? They'll never be able to defeat that. And the reason why is because they will always be on the outside looking in. You get what I'm saying? They'll always be on the outside looking in. These people can sit around here if they like a group setting, right? You got a group of people that want you to be sick so bad. You got a group setting of people that want you to be discombobulated. They want you to be crazy. They want you to be schizophrenic so fucking bad. You get what I'm saying? But those are the type of people that you peep, you be like, okay, well, that's the type of person they want me to be, wicked. They want me to be wicked hearted or wicked minded and things. So with that being said, once you realize that that's who they want you to be. They want you to be wicked. They want you to be slow. They want you to give all your power and all your energy to them. You get what I'm saying? They don't want you to move on from them. They want you to feel like it's so hard for you to move on. They want you to feel like, oh, it is so hard for you to do this or so hard for you to do that. But when you think about it, like I said, that's all competition. You got people that are trying to fight you for your own power. People are trying to tell you to fight for your own energy. Hell, I don't have to fight for my own energy because my energy is my energy. Now, what you got to fight for, you got to continue to fight to try to convince people of who you are. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to convince nobody of who I am. You get what I'm saying? Because who I am speaks for itself. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't have to convince nobody that, oh, that person's evil and I'm the better one. Or I don't have to convince somebody that I'm evil and they're the better one. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to convince anybody of any type of thing like that, because the thing is, I don't want nobody in no type of mental imprisonment around me. Because let me tell you, when it comes down to people being in a mental imprisonment around you, especially if you are a real spiritual person, that will cause you not to be at your best. You get what I'm saying? That's why they say you are who you hang around. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's cool. You at work, hanging around with your work friends. That's perfectly cool and fine, because guess what? You surrounded by people who are working. You're surrounded by people who are in a, upbeat type of energy. You get what I'm saying? And everybody's making money. So guess what? You joined the team. So guess what? Now you making money too. You get what I'm saying? Like, you making money too. We all chilling and we all vibing and we all, keeping this boat rocking. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, when it comes down to it, you got somebody that is like just in heavy, and it's sad because it's like you got these group of people that are in heavy competition with you and you're minding your business. You get what I'm saying? Like, they in heavy competition with you and you are literally minding your business trying to make ends meet. But like I said, you got some people, they're on the bad side of wealth. So that bad side of wealth, people probably kill for money. They probably steal for money. They probably lie to the judge. They probably do bank fraud. They probably come up with all type of they done fell at the like they come up with some shit like they done went to the hospital and they done fell on the floor at the hospital. Now they suing the hospital. You get what I'm saying? Like, these are the type of people that will find any type of way to get any type of money. They will set up car wrecks. You get what I'm saying? They will set up car wrecks and things like that. Fuck with your mailbox. Like, these are the type of people that will do anything for money. They will kill your whole family off. And then it's like imposters in the wealth. It's imposters in the will. Like, people that are in these people's will is not even their family. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's weird things like that go on because of what these people do. They be trying to get other people benefits while the real person out here struggling, and you got a false person, reaping the benefits of, whatever resources it is. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, you got some people, it's kind of weird because it's just some people just want to fight for whatever reason. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, because somebody was lying about something. The Aries, Leo, Sagittarius was lying so heavily about something. I don't know if somebody died or if somebody got betrayed, or even if a Leo or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or even a Cancer was saying that somebody betrayed them in a family dynamic. But that was not true, because somebody was like in a lustful type of energy. Somebody was like in an in and out type of energy. Somebody wasn't, how can I say, how somebody really passionate about something. You get what I'm saying? I could say maybe it was something like that. Like, somebody was real passionate about something and they decided to go ahead and lie about it to a group of people. You get what I'm saying? Like, somebody could have even lied to somebody at court or about a court situation, a Capricorn. Somebody could have said somebody had a demonic attachment. Somebody was evil, wicked, the devil, tempting them, or violent. Like, somebody could have just said a lot of things in a court setting or a court situation just so something can go in their favor. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Whatever they decided to go in their favor, it didn't really go in their favor. You get what I'm saying? Like, if they was a part of some type of group or some type of organization, it's just like somebody could have tried to replay or reenact your whole entire life, but maybe somebody could have gotten into a fight for no reason. somebody could have got a kid and the man doesn't want to be there, or if somebody got a kid, they probably don't know who the baby daddy is. Like it's just so many things that somebody took part in just to slow you down when it came down to your money, your success, your business, and your, financial freedom. Somebody did so much to lie and slow you down that they really, they really just turned around and slowed themselves down when it come down to their life path, their destiny, their partnerships and things. You get what I'm saying? Now, it could be a fire sign man that thinks a woman or somebody is very attractive. Okay. It could be, like I said, it's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius man that really feels like he has a divine connection with someone. But the divine connection he has with someone is like I said, this person is like very attractive. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said it like that. But it's like somebody is so attractive to a person, and it's kind of like the way this person is so attractive. I mean, the way this person is how heavily this person is attracted to you. It's kind of like this person thinks, how some people will be like, oh, you might do me wrong because you know how when you just so attracted to somebody, you'll feel like that they'll just do you wrong because you're just so attracted to the person. Because when you really attracted to somebody, you really just don't wake up and want to do nobody wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't wake up thinking about doing somebody wrong that you really want to be with. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like, how some people, even me at times, I used to feel like, okay, well, I'm so attracted to this man, and of course I'm not gonna do anything wrong to him. But when somebody knows that side of you, that you're so attracted to this person and you're not gonna do nothing wrong to the person, it's just like they might take advantage of that. But anyway, yeah, somebody also could have been saying that it's a force. Like how it's like, how people be like, oh, it's a force to be reckoned with or whatever. But it's kind of like people had grouped up, people had grouped up to cause you to be either hopeless, helpless, or penniless. It's something about this female in a mental prison. It's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in a mental prison because somebody got there. I want to say somebody, I don't know if somebody was doing mental magic or whatever. It could have been an Aries or whatever. Because somebody could have had a big ego. Somebody could have had a big ego when it came down to like getting you to walk away from something. Somebody could have been very manipulative, okay? Somebody could have been very manipulative. Somebody could have been very skillful in their magic too. This Aries could have been very skillful to get people to walk away from loving you or whatever, just so maybe people can love that person. You get what I'm saying? Like somebody could have wanted somebody to walk away from you because they wanted your energy. So Aries, or it's weird. It's like an Aries or a Cancer or a Leo could have been trying to switch your specific energy, or you even had a Pisces man. It could have been a Pisces man or a Virgo man that tried to give your energy to either a Leo, Aries, a Cancer, or a Libra, or an Aquarius. Like somebody could have been trying to give your energy to those specific people. Like when they siphoned your energy, they was trying to give your energy to one of those specific people. But it's kind of like whatever they did, like you know how if you are a person that does know spiritual things or whatever, you know how to get your energy back in order every time. It's just kind of like these people didn't think that far. These people didn't think as far as, oh, maybe that person will get back in their energy, or maybe that person will, step in their power, and maybe that person, what I'm saying? Like they never thought that you would be who you are, or they thought that you wouldn't be able to celebrate, or, your life would be revolved around, like they wanted you to kind of be in that Ace of Pentacles type of energy. Yeah, get your money, but they want you to get your money on the bad side of wealth. So therefore, when it comes down to the public eye, you'll be afraid to tell people what you do for money. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, and that's another thing about either a Cancer, a Leo, or what else? I'm seeing Aries or Gemini. Somebody gets their money on the dark web or the bad side of wealth, and it's kind of like maybe that's hidden to some people. Yeah, some people can be confused about how somebody gets their money, because I'm telling you, Somebody scams. Somebody does OnlyFans. Somebody probably goes state to state to meet up with people and have sex. Like somebody probably does a lot of wicked things to get money. They be trying to cloak their energy into either young children or young teenage women or even men. You get what I'm saying? Like somebody just tries to cloak their energy because they don't want nobody to know what they really do for money. Because these men could be school teachers, they could be police officers. You get what I'm saying? Like these men could have many hats. You get what I'm saying? Or many masks, I should say. But yeah, they was working with people to keep you blocked and hindered or whatever. But the sacral chakra part is my thing. But I'm so okay, yeah, it's kind of like somebody wanted to pretty much take either your child or yeah, it was a tourist involved. Yeah, somebody was trying to give your child an opportunity or something, but all that shit was in the past and all that shit was a lie. Them folks was not planning on doing anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's kind of like they just wanted to travel or take your child or take an opportunity with you somewhere and try to taint whatever it is. It's like, you know how some people be like, oh, I'm trying to fix a situation, but they ain't trying to fix shit. They was only trying to taint a situation. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know how, like in the Bible, it was saying that in a world or hold on, where's my notebook? Okay, it was saying that, okay, it says Proverbs 11 and 14, it says, where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. So it's kind of like people was trying to convince that, oh, well, there's no counsel over there. There's no guidance over there with her. So with that being said, the person's going to fall every single time because there's no guidance over there. There's no counselor over there. So, but over here with us, or over here in our energy, or over here with us, it's a bunch of counselors and it's a bunch of safety. But in reality, they all lied. They only wanted either a child out of a situation, or they wanted you to make a decision about a third party situation, or somebody could have wanted you to be in a polygamy or a group marriage or a group setting. It was something like that. But it's just kind of like when it comes down to burdens, it's like when it comes down to burdens, you know how to pay your bills, you know how to work a job and things like that. So when it comes down to things in your life, you know how to stand up for what is yours. You know how to stand up for what is right. You get what I'm saying? Even when it comes down to money, your money getting right, and money, things are getting back order, bills getting paid, and things like that. It's just kind of like these people didn't want you to be in that type of energy. Like, oh, and every obstacle that they placed in your life, every heartbreak, everything that they placed in your life, everything they purposely did was to slow you down. When it come down to heartbreak, when it come down to burdens, when it come down to family, legacy, life, being on the bad side of wealth, or being on the side where there's no wealth at, you get what I'm saying? Or if you was on the side where you quote unquote thought it was no wealth, somebody could have been siphoning your energy so they can get the money that you rightfully deserve. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, my love, but yeah, when it comes down to those type of individuals, yeah, don't it's some guy. Do not sleep with him because it's some guy that is a part of a certain group or a certain organization, and his family is something about his family or the people that he hang with. But guess what? Don't mess with him, and the reason why is because that sausage is spitting. Okay, like that sausage is spitting. Get him a napkin. Get him a get him a napkin. You get what I'm saying? Like that sausage is spit is hot. You get what I'm saying? So hot boy Ronald ass niggas, and the reason why is because he was doing so. I mean, I'm talking about he had so many third party situations going on, and some of it was recorded, and that's going to court. That's why I know a man could feel some type of way. It could be a Libra. It could be a Libra or what is this? Fire, a Libra, Leo, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But they could even be trying to frame somebody's kid. You get what I'm saying? A Cancer could also be involved. They could be saying that they were trying to frame somebody's kid, but they know exactly what they had going on. So with that being said, yes, even a Cancer, that Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio knows everybody that was involved. Like that person is not clouded or blinded to what the fuck is going on. You get what I'm saying? It's some hidden burdens that this Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is, keeping secret. It's something about an offer from the divine too, that a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is trying to confuse people about. Yes, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is trying to confuse people about an offer from a divine. That's why that person is so hell bent on causing burdens and blockages for people. Yes, 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 yes. That's why they're too busy, you know, causing blockages and burdens. And you know what they say. When somebody has been doing something for so long, they start getting sloppy with it. So that's how we're able to have a leg up in the situation, because they've been on the wrong side of wealth for the longest now. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, when it comes down to your sacral chakra, solar plexus, just all your chakras, it's just like keep your chakras in order, keep your passion lit. You know what I'm saying? And don't let nobody interfere with what you got going on. If people are trying to come into your life and they're not trying to be a real help or a real friend or solid for real or real patient with you, then guess what? They have no need or no purpose in your life. You get what I'm saying? Because you'll know if somebody is meant to be in your life for a long time, and you'll know if somebody is meant to be in your life temporary. But that's why you always say these things, especially when you communicating with people, and especially when you are like listening to people, right? Always say, let him who has ears, let him hear. Let him who has eyes, let him see. Let him who has a nose, let him breathe. But yeah, say those things. So therefore, anytime we start a conversation, hell, you could even say that in your head. Like even when your pastor is preaching, you get what I'm saying? Like even when your pastor is preaching, or when the teacher is teaching, or when the singer is singing, make sure you say that to yourself. Let him who has ears, let him hear. Let him who has eyes, let him see. Because I'm telling you, my love, sometimes we might think something is attractive, and that be my thing too. That's why when it comes down to me making a love decision, I want to make sure I'm always able to see my lover for who my lover is, and not what I want my lover to be. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, my love, like I said, if my lover is, whoever my lover is, it's just like I want to make sure I know who my lover is, and I see my lover for who he is, instead of everybody else. To see, everybody else don't have to understand my lover. Everybody else don't have to be like, oh, I don't like Mutawar and such and such. Like it doesn't matter what you like. It doesn't matter what you don't like about my lover, and it doesn't matter what you do like about my lover. That's me. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's just like, hey, for my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. Okay, where is my... Oh, I think it's right here. Is this it? No, this ain't. Okay. But anyway, my love, I'm about to end this message. But anyway, where there is no counsel, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. That's Proverbs 14. That's 11 and 14. Proverbs 11 and 12. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth peace. Proverbs 10 and 31. The mouth of the just bring forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut off. 11 and 11. By the blessings of the upright, the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. So, like I said, as you go out in the world today and every day, make sure you always speak. Make sure you always speak with power. Make sure you always speak with authority. Okay. And Mark 3 and 35 says, for whoever does the will of God, he is my brother and sister and mother. So you know how some people be I'll have to get more on this later. But But anyway, I just definitely want my people that definitely believe in God, people that love Jesus and things. I don't want us to keep getting confused or manipulated by false prophets, false preachers, false spiritual leaders and things, okay? And and yes, even when it comes down to like going in the world, going out in the world or whatever, yes, like, oh my gosh. Yes, just going out in the world, my love. Cover yourself and your house and your children and your husband and things and your wife and things and the people that you love. Cover them with the blood of Jesus Christ, okay? Cover them with the blood of Jesus Christ. Because guess what? By the authority and power and blood of Jesus Christ, I advance and I possess the territory of my enemies. By the authority, power, and blood of Jesus Christ, I advance and I possess the gates of my enemies by the blood of Jesus Christ. By the authority and power of Jesus Christ, I take over my enemy's power by the blood of Jesus Christ. Lord, I apply the blood of Jesus over my body and over my mind and my soul. I command the power of my tongue to manifest now. I command the power of my tongue to become fire and consume all darkness. I walk in power. I walk in miracle. I walk in authority. In the beginning, there was neither existence nor non-existence. This world was manifested. This world was unmanifested energy. Now the Lord of peace himself give me peace. Always, by any means, the Lord be with me. But anyway, I just had to say that. But 2 Thessalonians 3:16. Now the Lord of peace himself give you peace. Always, by any means, the Lord be with you. The light shines in darkness, and darkness did not comprehend it. For whosoever does the will of God, he is my brother and my sister. And I kind of feel like I'm more so in that parable type of energy. That's kind of why I know I'm not like a preacher. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of not, those titles. I kind of feel like my title is more so of a parable. And I kind of like that title more so because it gives me leeway and room to express in any type of way. You get what I'm saying? Like the label parable gives me room to, like, it's no rules in parable. You get what I'm saying? Because the thing is, a parable is a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson as told by Jesus in the gospel. So with that being said, when you're trying to teach people a spiritual lesson, or when you're trying to make a play, skit, or movie or whatever, you might have to cuss. You might have to drink a beer. You might have to slap a bitch. You might have to go to the club. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might have to do some things, you get what I'm saying, just to get the story out or get people to see it from a different standpoint or a different perspective, okay? Mark 4:22. For nothing is hidden except to be made manifested, nor is anything secret except to come to light. Mark chapter 4:19. But the cares of the world and the deceitfulness of riches and the desires for other things enter in and choke the world, and it proves unfruitful. And of course, my favorite one, Matthew chapter 5:37. Let what you say be simply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil. Matthew 5 and 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they will be filled. I decree and declare that the Holy Spirit is setting me free from any evil twin flame or false soulmate. In Yeshua's mighty name, I pray. I decree and declare that every evil twin flame and demonic soulmate covering my mind and stopping my spiritual and mental transformation, according to Romans 12 and 1, is removed in Yeshua's mighty name. All right, but anyway. All right, my love. I will see you later. Y'all have a good day.